You guys need to know who is taking your money and for what purpose. This JLR guy actually charged more than $1.4 million to accounts named in the names of about 2,000 people. Do you really think he's going to blink twice about frauding you? Probably one of the most disturbing things about this guy is, you know, amongst his myriad of frauds, he's also a classic impersonator. He likes to get close to shooters. On December 17th, Richards posted a video on YouTube depicting his trip to Newton, 3 days after the shooting that left 20 first graders and 6 staff members dead at Sandy Hook Elementary School. In the video, Richards is seen attempting to reach the home of gunman Adam Lanza, but is prevented by a police blockade. The video also shows Richards speaking to dolls with the faces of Adam Lanza and his brother Ryan. Early in the video, Richards refers to the dolls as his friends. Dude is twisted. We are truth seekers and we're going to find out why Adam was mind controlled and manipulated. This is ridiculous. He also claimed the same thing about Holmes, who was also another mass shooter. He was innocent. He was mind manipulated, controlled by the government. Dude's a fucking nutter.
Virginia man may be in big trouble for tampering with mail belonging to James Holmes. We found him bragging about it online and we asked the feds about it. They suspect fraud and confirm they're investigating where the suspect's mail may be going now. Reported James Holmes had ammunition and tactical gear sent to his apartment in Aurora. But now someone else hundreds of miles away may be getting his mail. That's this man who was just released from federal prison in April after serving 10 years for wire fraud. His name is Jonathan Lee Riches. He's notorious for filing thousands of bogus lawsuits against celebrities, and he may have filed bogus motions in the Holmes case too. This week we noticed Riches posted this Facebook photo of a magazine addressed to Holmes. The yellow mail forwarding sticker shows an address in Pennsylvania where Riches lives. We contacted postal inspectors about it. They checked it out and told 9 Wants to Know they think the stickers are real. There is now a criminal investigation. Denver-based postal inspector Pamela Durkee said in a statement, a change of address for Holmes had been filed that may be fraudulent. Upon hearing this, we immediately notified the Postal Service and the forwarding order was canceled. In the meantime, Riches has been posting some very odd YouTube videos about James Holmes and appears to be quite obsessed with the suspect. They have no idea yet, at least the feds have no idea yet, on when or how long Holmes's mail has been forwarded, but the date on this magazine that was posted on Facebook is August 21st. Either this guy is a prankster or he is actually forwarding this mail here. Either way, he's got the attention of the feds.
Serious, unhealthy obsession with shooters. Now he's saying the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting victims deserved exactly what happened to them, and so much worse. While many of his self-made videos exhibit sophomoric behavior, dozens of others depict him as someone with a chilling interest in weapons and violence. And this is who is representing Summer Wells right now. Here's where he actually, in an interview, totally admits that he is quite happy to impersonate things that he's not. Here he's saying, my next troll is I'm going to start running for political office. Now we know why he's posing as a detective for a police department. Guy is a fucking sham. And you're sending money to these people, why? He's posed as a Muslim for Clinton and Jews for Trump. Here he is here with President Bill Clinton with wearing a Muslim cap again. Guy's not Muslim, by the way. Trying to get next to Pence. Like, dude is a professional troll. And you're sending this professional fraudster your details, He probably already has your social security number by now. He's probably opening bank accounts in your name by now. So, who is Jonathan Lee Riches impersonating now? A detective for the Aurora Police Department. Pretty sure that's illegal in America. Don't know, but I'm sure it is. On top of that, do you really want to be hanging out with someone who the federal police are actually watching? In this article here, when he was arrested, local authorities arrested him. They had his number since before he began his 10-year prison stint. According to Chester County records, Riches harassed numerous area residents in widespread municipalities with phone calls that started as pranks and became increasingly perverted, escalating into expletive-laden tirades. So when police in West Goshen Township, where Riches planned to reside, received a letter from federal officials last spring informing them that Riches was about to be sprung, they said they felt compelled to make sure he was well scrutinised. That vigilance apparently helped land Riches back behind bars last month. Police officers monitoring Riches' wealth of internet videos watched closely as he claimed to be approaching the Connecticut residence of Adam Lanza, the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter. As his vehicle stopped by a police blockade, Riches dropped his camera and officers said they saw his face. So basically the federal authorities are literally watching his every move. So if you're hanging out with him and you're getting film with him and you're talking about him, then you are under the watchful eye of the federal police. Yay, go you.
Defendants put me in prison. I face imminent danger from violent inmates who played Grand Theft Auto who will knock me out and take my gold Jesus cross. Unreal. He attempted to also intervene as plaintiff in the Madoff investment scandal, claiming that he met Bernie Madoff. Sorry, Madoff, not Madoff. That he met Bernie Madoff on eHarmony.com in 2001 and taught Madoff identity theft skills. In May 2009, Riches filed for an injunction against the Guinness Book of World Records, seeking to stop them from listing him as the most litigious individual in history. Guinness spokesperson Sarah Wilcox told the Huffington Post that there was no such listing and no plan to create one. Most litigious man is not something Guinness World Records has ever monitored or as a record category, she said. The action, like the vast majority of Riches' filings, was dismissed. This dude is the troll of all. I thought I was the troll of all trolls. This dude is the troll of all trolls. This guy trolls federal court, is what he does. He completely and totally makes an absolute mockery of our justice system. It's kind of disgusting, really. Some of Rich's defendants are not even persons subject to suit. These include Adolf Hitler's National Socialist Party and the 13 Tribes of Israel. One lawsuit in which George W. Bush was the first named defendant also includes another 783 defendants that cover 57 pages. They include Plato, Nostradamus, Che Guevara, Jimmy Hoffa, various Buddhist monks, all survivors of the Holocaust. Jesus, this guy is the lowest piece of shit I have ever heard of in my life. The Lincoln Memorial, the Eiffel Tower, the USS Cole, the book Mein Kampf, the Garden of Eden, what? The Roman Empire, the Appalachian Trail, Plymouth Rock, the Holy Grail, Nordic gods, the dwarf planet Pluto, and the entire 3 Mile Island. A number of Rich's lawsuits have been dismissed as being frivolous, malicious, or for failure to state a claim upon which relief could be granted. Willis Hunt, the U.S. District Court judge who dismissed Rich's suit against Michael Vick as farcical, opined that his lawsuits were clearly self-promotional. Obviously, as per 28 U.S. Code 1915, he is barred from proceeding in forma pauperis. In July 2018, Riches was indicted by a federal grand jury in Arizona. He is charged with making false statements and other frauds after an attempt to file a lawsuit against Gabby Giffords while posing as Jared Lee Loeffner. A collection of Rich's lawsuits was published on April Fool's Day of 2016. In November of 2018, Rich's published Nothing is Written in Stone, a Jonathan Lee Rich's companion, which contains a selection of his lawsuits as well as an autobiography. Oh, no, not a clout chaser at all. Not even a little bit. No. Now, I would be laughing about this and only think it was funny if he did not feel the need to now stoop as low as trying to exploit the very idea of a missing little girl. Not only when I say the idea, this is what I'm talking about, what the Scooby Boob Gang does. The Scooby Boob Gang makes a mockery out of a serious problem in our country right now. It's a wide problem, but in our country is what I'm focused on at the very moment. And the fact that this dude considers himself a patriot just completely blows my mind.
I've heard people asking if he has won any of these lawsuits, and the answer is no. He doesn't pay the filing fees. He lodges the lawsuits and then he can't come up with the money to pay for the filing fees. So what happened? He became a vexatious litigant. What a vexatious litigant is somebody who's banned from using the justice system. If he ever wants to lodge a litigation ever again, he now has to go to a judge and ask or beg a judge to let him start litigation. That's before he even gets to starting the litigation. He has to have permission to do any litigation. So now you understand why Blowhorn Betty had to do the litigation on the sign at the laundry's home. And while I'm speaking of the laundry's home, let's go and have a look at what they were doing over there.
My property, you gonna pay a woman? Is that what you're about to do? I'm telling you,
I'm gonna tell you, motherfucker.
You're getting arrested, pal.
You ain't no fucking sleuth. You can sit here all you want with your megaphone. I don't care. But you come on my fucking property again,
I didn't go on your
I'm
property.
gonna fucking beat your ass.
You're going to prison, buddy.
Okay.
You're going to prison. You're going to prison. Call 911. You're going to prison.
Call fucking 911.
You're going to prison.
This ain't you.
You're going.
This ain't you on
to
my
prison.
motherfucking property.
You didn't assault.
Shut up, bitch.
No.
That's not you right there.
You're going to prison.
Good. I'll fucking kill you.
Charges on you,
Don't
pal.
come on my
I'm
shit no
pressing charges.
more.
The whole world's watching
and
you.
you- and
just
did you-
assaulted
did
me
you-
on
did you-
camera.
Right, I did.
You did. You're going to jail.
Did you
just
ask him to
assaulted
leave
me
your
on
property
camera.
before you Don't worry about it. You come on my property again. You're gonna get your ass
Assaulted me
beat.
on camera. You are going to jail. I'm pressing charges.
I don't give
You
a fuck.
assaulted me where everyone was watching. You are going to jail. You came over and assaulted me.
What property was he on? You have a violent problem, sir.
I'm pressing charges, pal. I'm pressing charges. Believe that. Believe that, pal. And that's not going to stop me. If you want to sit there and support the Laundry family, shame on you too.
Oh, I don't want to.
You are going to jail. You assaulted me. You pushed me in front of national media, pal. You pushed me in front of national media, and I am pressing charges for assault.
Hi, my name is Angelo Zappacosta and I am a United States Marine Corps veteran who suffers from anxiety and depression. Way to go, blowhorn fuckwits, harassing a fucking retired veteran. I was arrested for allegedly pushing and yelling at Jonathan Lee Riches, a known felon on probation and a fraudster. That he is, Angelo. He has filed thousands of unwarranted lawsuits, correct, Angelo? After extensively casing my home from the street, Jonathan Lee Riches and Andrew Griffin came to our property and proceeded to take pictures and videos without my permission. He and his cohort then proceeded into our front porch where my front door, living room window and my fiance's 19-year-old son's bedroom window is. My stepson was home at the time and didn't hear anyone knock on the door. What they were doing is trying to peep into our home while my stepson was home alone watching TV and playing video games. You watch the video and decide for yourself. When I was told what he was doing from a neighbour and saw the footage, I immediately went to Northport Police Department and reported him and asked for a no trespass order to be issued to him, which is fair enough, Angelo. He said he could give him a verbal trespass if he knew where he was. I told the officer that he would be outside Brian Laundrie's house from sun up to sundown, yelling on his blowhorn just like every day for the past 2 weeks. That he was, Angelo. Even though I told the officer my stepson would be home alone again tomorrow, and I felt this man was a threat to my family and my property after watching the video and then reading about him on Google, the officer said to call him if he came back. I said I didn't want him to come back. The next day I spoke with another officer and requested that they issue him a no trespass order again. This officer said that anyone can be trespassed and they did not need to wait for a second occurrence to happen, and that he would do what he could to check into it. Next day, still nothing, even though the police had a strong police presence in our neighbourhood, and Jonathan and his bullhorn were like clockwork during the 2 days between when I reported him to when I finally got frustrated and confronted him myself. This man, Jonathan Lee Riches, has been posing around the neighbourhood as a news reporter. Like, for Pete's sake, if you guys are giving this guy your money, then you need to go and check if he has taken out a house loan in your name, or if he has opened credit cards in your name, charged hotels to your name, because that is what he does. And what we have here is a complete lie. Riches said Zappacosta swung at him with a punch but missed, only catching a glancing impact to the side of the witness's ear as his arm was coming down. Total lie. When Riches said he was calling police, Zappacosta walked back to his home. Riches looked up property records to learn Zappacosta's name and reported it to police. Total bullshit. Total fucking lies and bullshit. The guy's a fraud. He's telling you in his own words that he is an imposter. He likes to pretend he is something that he is not, and you all believe he's doing something good, so you give him your money. Now he's got your bank account details, he's got your first name, your last name, he's got your address, he goes and looks up property records, learns everything there is to know about you. Now he can go and take a loan out in your name, buy a house in your name, he can do whatever he wants. Just like the $1.4 million that he has previously done to 2,000 other people. What is protecting you? from him doing this to you because you're falling for the scam that he is somehow all of a sudden interested in protecting children. No, I am not done yet. Let's move on to Blowhorn Betty. For those who don't know, Andrew Griffin is actually Blowhorn Betty. And yes, you're reading that correctly. She has 47 records. And out of everybody I've ever researched, she actually takes out a record. I don't know that anyone, I guess maybe Candace's ex, had a longer record. So let's read through them. Speeding, not really that bad. That was only a couple of years ago. We have battery, domestic battery, battery by strangulation. Like, for fuck's sake. Battery by strangulation again. Driving while under the influence. Wonder if she had her kids in the car. Refusal to submit to testing. Battery again. Look at that. Battery again. Battery and non-serious injury. Battery, non-serious injury. Battery, non-serious injury. Domestic battery, battery, careless driving. Trespass, because we already know she's good at trespassing. Domestic battery. What's that? Possession of cocaine. She's a druggie. Oh my god. Possession of MDMA. Druggie. Molly, you haven't vetted who you hang out with. Possession of drug paraphernalia. Trespass on property. Animal at large. Driving under the influence. Driving uninsured. Speeding. Domestic battery. Careless driving. Unregistered vehicle. Uninsured. Speeding in a school zone. Putting children in danger. I thought you were a child advocate. Putting children in danger, huh? Not carrying a driver's license. No tags. Speeding. Still putting people in danger. Speeding. Putting people in danger. Domestic battery. Jesus, how long have you been battering people? Domestic battery. Battery. Running stop signs. Careless driving. You sound pretty dangerous to me, Betty. Just how many danger warnings do you people need before you realise that you're the next victim?